I'm down to see you, Carmine. Heard you retired down here. Sorry for not calling ahead.
No, you're not.
It's quite the spread you have here.
I think we're past the point of small talk, Jim. Just tell me why you're here.
Morning, Daddy.
How was Artemis?
He's feisty, as usual, but I whipped him into shape. Who's this?
James Gordon. Jim, meet my only daughter, Sofia.
What is up, guys? My name is BobaTalks and welcome to a brand new Gotham Season 4 video. Now, this is a theory video and I want to do a lot more of these, and obviously with this being the last episode this week in terms of the mid-season finale, there will be a lot of off-season videos to come, so theory videos, news updates, all that jazz. But have I got a theory for you? And I actually meant to get this out a couple of days ago when Danny Cannon posted the picture, and that is what this video revolves around, and I'm pretty sure that this is a solid theory. It definitely feels like this season's been building up to it, and with this photo, it is very, very telling. I feel like Danny Cannon maybe shouldn't have uploaded this because, I don't know, I feel like it definitely is quite conclusive. Now, what is this theory? I'm sure you've read it from the title, so I don't get why I say that, but I think Falcone is going to die in the mid-season finale, and by Falcone, I mean Carmine Falcone. Now, this whole theory is based around the pictures that Danny Cannon has uploaded. Now, in this photo, you can see Sofia Falcone, played by Crystal Reed, in what looks like to be a funeral service, or just at least a church or something like that. And we see her in very funeral-esque clothes. We see like the benched seats, we see flowers. It is very, very obvious. I mean, it isn't completely telling because you can't see definitively. There's no definitive proof that this is, you know, what I'm claiming that it is, but I am almost 100% certain that this is a funeral service going on. He also uploaded another picture of Penguin here, and Zsasz looking kind of like, I don't know, a little bit perplexed or just really concerned at the same time. Now, I think what happens is the following. I think in the mid-season finale, Falcone is going to die, and everyone will attend his funeral, like the main characters, even despite some being enemies, if that is the right word, such as Penguin and other people like that. Because what we have to remember is Falcone, yes, even though he has many enemies, he was very extremely well respected in Gotham because he ruled it with an iron fist, but people respected him at the same time. Whereas for Penguin, even though he's a kick-ass ruler, a lot of people obviously don't respect him, even though he has absorbed a lot of advice from Falcone himself. Falcone was the top dog before he left Gotham, and now with him actually not being in Gotham the past couple of seasons nearly as much as he used to be in like season 1, it's very telling that this actor has been looking for a way to seg out, or whether the show's wanted to do that. I've recently expressed my concerns how I don't want them to kill Carmine Falcone, because I in most natural Batman lore or books or comic books, he is still very much so a thing and kind of like a threat for Bruce Wayne as well as Batman. But I guess, you know, as we always say, guys, Gotham is its own universe. They can birth new things like Jerome being like the proto-Joker, or possibly the Joker, but a new backstory to the Joker. So why can't they do other things like killing Carmine Falcone off quite before his time? Yet this shouldn't come at like a total surprise, because it got revealed in the first couple of episodes when Jim went to visit Carmine Falcone for help to take down Penguin, and that's where we met Sofia as well. He told Jim that he was dying and he moved out down south because the air is cleaner and blah blah blah. So it was planted, the seed was planted early that he was going to die inevitably anyway. But how is he going to die? That is the question. I do have quite the theory, and I'm pretty sure, and I'm not normally one to say yes, I definitely think this is going to happen in theories, because it is speculation at the end of the day, but I'm pretty sure that this is going to be the way he dies. So what do we know about Sofia Falcone? We know ever since the moment we saw her when Jim went to visit Carmine, she was kind of, I don't know, kept aside from, you know, the world that Carmine Falcone was living in. So was Mario to a degree because he was a doctor, but even though they both witnessed, the odd thing here and there of, for example, there's been actual lines of dialogue between Sofia and other people saying that, I witnessed my father do this and that and blah, blah, blah. But I think Carmine did kind of try to keep her aside a little bit. Obviously, he didn't want Sofia Falcone to go back to Gotham with Jim, but that just seemed to happen anyway. And I kind of hoped for some kind of outreach from Carmine Falcone because of that, but we didn't hear anything. He kind of just let his daughter run off, even when it would have been very obvious to him where she had headed off to. But I think a very pivotal line as well in terms of what happened last episode that kind of gives a clue to why I think Sofia Falcone is going to kill Carmine Falcone, her father, because I think she's always grown up not necessarily in the eyes of her father. Like, she's always maybe tried to impress him or make him proud of her, but she hasn't got that fatherly approval. I think she has always desired to be a part of the family business, and she's never got that of her father, but she still strived towards it by becoming this gangster, which we have seen in Gotham. But I feel like that was very telling in the scene under the bridge in the last episode between Penguin on one side and then we had the Sirens the other side with Sofia Falcone, and she was basically saying she would kill Martine if Oswald didn't submit. And there was this really interesting line or two, and I can't remember obviously off the top of my head, but Penguin said your father would be absolutely disgusted in terms of what she was doing, threatening the life of a child, so Oswald would submit. And then Crystal Reed or Sofia Falcone was saying like, no, I think he would be proud, but no, Oswald was like, no, he would be disgusted. And I feel like there's going to be this complex going on that she feels like she's doing the right thing. She feels like she's maybe even being better than her father. But no, Falcone wouldn't have done things the way Sofia has conducted herself in Gotham recently. And I think this is all going to come out in this week's episode with Carmine Falcone coming back to town, because that's what the synopsis states, and I'll read that out quickly for you now. Things get complicated for Gordon, Sofia, and Penguin when Carmine Falcone comes to town. And to be honest, that's the only part I need to read of the synopsis, because that's all it says about Carmine Falcone coming to town. But I think he's going to come to town. Sofia and him are going to butt heads about what the heck is going on, because obviously he didn't want to get involved. He didn't want Sofia to go to Gotham, and now we're finally getting that address to what I said earlier, how I wished he addressed things earlier with her going to Gotham, but we're finally getting that now. And he's going to come to town, and he's going to be like, what the heck is going on? Sofia is going to kill Falcone. I don't know how, but she's probably going to do it in a subtle way in terms of that doesn't reveal that she is the one to do it, because then I think she would be hated by pretty much everyone. I think it's possible people like maybe Jim or maybe someone might know about it rather than just her and us, the audience, knowing about it. This is going to be a result of a combination of maybe she thought she was doing right by her father, she was living up to the Falcone name. But that is when, in this episode, we might get something like Carmine saying, this is disgusting. Who are you? I would never do something like this. You're a disappointment. You're a disgust to the Falcone name. And that is when she will basically accelerate his clock because, he was dying anyway, and kill him herself. I don't know, maybe she'll poison his food, or I don't know, or it could be something even more sinister like a gunshot or a stabbing, but I don't think it will be that. And then along comes the funeral. People like Oswald are going to turn up because as much, as there's enemies and stuff like that, he has learned a lot from Falcone. Victor Zsasz will turn up. Obviously he works for Penguin now, but he has worked for Falcone a couple of times before, switching back and forth. I wouldn't be surprised if people like Jim and other people were there, but yeah, this is the theory, guys, and I'm pretty sure it's going to happen. So I want to know from you guys down in the comment section below, how do you think Falcone will die? Do you agree with what I've said, or do you disagree? Do you think Sofia Falcone will kill her father as a result of, I don't know, just, the typical cliche storyline? Even though it's cliche, I still think it would be badass of her wanting to live up to the Falcone name, but Falcone just absolutely owning her in terms of saying, this is not what I would have done, this is disgusting, all that stuff, and it will enrage her. It'll be like a crime of passion in a way. So let me know your thoughts in the comments section down below, guys, in terms of this theory and anything else you think that could go on in the mid-season finale. Also, I've got a question for you as well. Do you think this could be the way Penguin goes to Arkham? Could it be a result of him being framed for the murder of Carmine Falcone? I don't necessarily think it is, but it's possible because he has to go to Arkham for a reason, and maybe if you kill one of the most respected crime lords at the same time in Gotham, he was both a mobster but also respected, then maybe other people will have enough influence to send him to Arkham. But apart from that, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know by leaving a like on the video, and if you're new to this channel, be sure to subscribe to stay up to date with more Gotham content just like this, whether it's reviews, breakdowns, and theories. Trust me, I'm your guy for that. I now have a Patreon, so if you want to go the extra mile and support me on that, be sure to check out the link in the description below or on the end card of this video. I have some awesome tiers, so if you want to fuel the content that I create on this channel, be sure to consider checking that out. If you want to stay a little bit more up to date with me personally, you can do so by following me on social media. Links should be popping up around here on the screen or in the description below. But other than that, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.